Ever wonder what daily life was truly like in the groovy 1960s, especially when it came to making a living? Imagining the cost of things like a new car, a weekly grocery bill, or even buying a house back, then often makes us incredibly curious about the actual paychecks people were bringing home. It is a truly fascinating peek into an era of immense social change, technological advancement, and bold economic dreams. While pinning down a single, typical, salary for an entire decade is tricky, a solid general estimate for the average annual income in the United States during the 1960s was approximately $5,800 at the decade's start in 1960. This figure then saw a steady rise, reaching about $7,700 by 1969. This number, of course, represents a broad average across all workers and reflects a rapidly expanding economy. The core reason behind this income range and its growth is deeply rooted in the economic landscape and significant societal shifts of the decade. The 1960s were characterized by robust economic expansion, often called the golden age of American capitalism, leading to consistently low unemployment rates and a noticeable rise in the standard of living for many American families. However, it is crucial to remember that this average masked considerable variations. Factors such as a person's level of education, their gender, racial background, specific geographic location within the country, and their particular industry or profession played an enormous role in determining individual earning power. For instance, individuals in unionized manufacturing jobs typically commanded higher wages and better benefits compared to those working in burgeoning service industries. Unfortunately, substantial wage gaps still existed, particularly between men and women, and between different racial groups, reflecting the social inequities of the time. Moreover, the cost of living varied dramatically from bustling urban centers to quieter rural areas, directly impacting the real purchasing power of these salaries. To truly grasp the significance of a 1960s salary, it is incredibly helpful to place it in context by comparing it to the cost of everyday goods and major purchases. For example, a gallon of gasoline hovered around 31 cents, making commuting relatively affordable. A brand new, entry-level car might set you back about $2,700, a significant but often achievable purchase for many families. And the average price of a home was roughly $14,000. By looking at these prices alongside the average income, we can begin to paint a much clearer picture of what that income meant in terms of actual purchasing power and quality of life back then. It is not just about the monetary number, but what that number could genuinely buy. Here is an interesting insight into the era's economic floor, the federal minimum wage. When the decade began in 1960, the federal minimum wage was set at $1 an hour. By 1960, recognizing the economic expansion and advocating for better worker conditions, it had incrementally risen to $1.60 an hour. This steady, albeit modest, increase meant that even entry-level positions and less skilled jobs saw improved earning potential throughout the decade, underscoring a broader trend of economic uplift and increased worker protections during this transformative period. So, understanding the average salary of the 1960s, which generally ranged from about $5,800 to $7,700 annually, offers more than just a historical statistic. It unveils a dynamic period of considerable economic opportunity and profound social change. This era saw a significant increase in the purchasing power of the dollar, fueled by robust economic growth and progressive labor policies, allowing many American families to actively pursue and achieve elements of the American dream. This historical perspective helps us deeply appreciate just how different our economic realities are today, and highlights the immense progress and shifts that have occurred since that pivotal and vibrant decade.